Hey there guys, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. This is Chetan here from DevilCube and welcome back to a brand new video. This is going to be a very different video than the usual videos I upload because today we're going to be learning how I create my videos, and that is using Camtasia. Now Camtasia is by TechSmith and it is an amazing software, guys. This is Camtasia 9, which just came out a couple of days back, I think a week or two back, and I've been using Camtasia 8 now, and this is a big revamp from Camtasia 8 to Camtasia 9. There's a lot of things over here. So let me show you how I create my videos. Now, for example, I'm just going to go ahead, and as you can see here, this is the basic interface that you're going to see in the first, but actually there's going to be a tutorial which Camtasia team is going to present to you, and you guys can actually go through that and check it out. But if you guys want to know how I do it, and it's pretty much the same thing, but let's get into the tutorial anyways. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and record your screen. Now to record your screen, you want to click on this button where it says record, and Control R is a shortcut, and once it records, I'm actually recording so I can't actually show you the recorder as to how it would look, but there are a lot of options over there which you can set. And once you start recording, you can actually set the dimensions as to what dimensions you want to record. So you want to change it to 1280 by 720, or you want to choose a 640p version, or if you have a bigger screen, a bigger resolution, you can go to a 1080p version. So I'm choosing 720p because my screen is not that big. So once your recording is done, you're going to want to import it, right? So you want to go ahead and click on media, and you want to click on media bin, and you choose import media. Or you can go ahead and drag in. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag in an intro that I made. So as you can see over here, it says 2D stroke reveal. Now if I double click on that, it's going to open up and it's going to play it out for me right over there. Now that's a very fantastic thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop it here, and this is my timeline. Now the timeline here has a lot of features. Now you can cut, paste, you can increase the size to have a look at the waveform. You can go ahead and increase the length of the timeline by doing that, and it's also going to show you the waveform. Apart from that, it's also going to give you the scale properties. As you can see here, it's going to scale. So I'm just going to Control Z. You can change the opacity, the rotation, and even the position. So if I go ahead and increase this position, you can, if I set this to 90, you can see that it moves 90 degrees to the x-axis from the x-axis, and you can also click on this property button to quit that. Now audio, now this is where you can go ahead and increase your audio. You can choose mix to mono, and what mix to mono does, if you see here, it says adjust the entire volume of this selected media. So I'm just going to click on that. I actually don't know what that is going to do, and you can go ahead and increase it, and as you can see here, it even gives you an option to reset it back. So that's about the audio, but I'm actually going to go ahead, I can increase it even more if I want by clicking over here, and that's going to be very useful to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and set this down to 0 because I don't want any volume, and I want to go ahead and import. Now you guys can go ahead and import an audio, but Camtasia 9 comes with a library with amazing sound effects. Now let me just go ahead and increase my volume so you guys can maybe listen to it. So I'm just going to go here to music tracks, and I'm going to go ahead and choose something like at the top. So I'm just going to click on that and drag it, and I'm going to move the starting point of the the layer over here track. I'm going to shrink it down. So as you can see here, it cuts it, and I can play it from only where the waveform starts. Now if I play it, let's see how it's going to sound. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was pretty amazing. Now these guys have a lot of soundtracks over there. Let's try a different one. Let's try video game music. I think maybe that would suit a little bit better. So let's go and click on this button. Click on this button, which is going to set the timeline indicator right to the beginning, and you can just go and play. Okay, so that's about it. So once we have the audio set, I'm actually going to delete that because I want to choose this at the top, and I like the at the top too a lot. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shrink this down, and I'm going to move it. Now the basic important things is cut, copy, paste. That's basic editing, guys. So how you want to edit? So for example, if I want to edit my video over here, or maybe over here, so I want to cut the video over here. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to press right click, and I can choose here which says where is it? It's gonna be add audio point, separate audio and video. Okay, so I think the shortcut here is you can click on this button, which is going to cut it. Oops, sorry, I think that's the wrong button. So I think as far as I know, it's going to be by pressing S on the keyboard, and that's going to cut it, and that's going to help me split it. So if I play it over here, you can see here it plays and then it cuts and it plays again. So that's the important part about cutting the video. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind when you're editing videos, cutting it. You can do the same for the audio as well. So if I'm going to press S, that's going to split it over here, and I can move forward, and if I play it with the audio, you can see that's what happens. So it's going to cut it right over there. Now the second part is in case you have a video. So if I have, so let me just show you this video, and I have the audio here as well, but I don't want this audio, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose separate audio and video, and that's going to split the layer. So this is going to be only audio and this is going to be only video. So this video has only the video and this video has only the audio, and I'm going to just delete that. I just did that to show you. Now coming over here, you can see there are a bunch of tracks. Now if you have a lot of layers, you can go ahead and click on this button that's going to keep adding tracks, and you can click on this to hide the marker over here. As you can see over here, so you can go ahead and add a lot of markers, and you can name them. So these are going to be your points, important points where you want to add in stuff, or when you want to trim them, or you want to import a new video, or you want to change the audio, something like that. So that's one important feature that was not there in Camtasia 8, which is important now. So if you want to delete it, you can just go ahead and click on this button, and that's going to delete it for you. Next, as you can see here, there are two buttons over here, which is the disable track and the lock the track. So when you lock the track, I can't do anything to it. It's just completely locked. I can't do anything. And if I go click on visible, it gets visible and I can't see it. I can't see anything if I go through the timeline. And if I do the same for the audio, I can't listen to the audio. If I play it, you can see I can't listen to any audio. So, and if I disable the track, the audio is still gonna play. So as you can see, the audio still plays, but I can't move the layer. So that's one very helpful thing, because sometimes when you're using the mouse and a lot of stuff going on, you tend to by mistake move the thing. You tend to move things which you unnecessarily do not intend to. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind. Okay, going forward, so once you have all your steps done, you want to enhance it a little bit more. So we add transitions. So if I go to the transitions tab, these guys have added a bunch of new transitions tabs, and you can actually filter them to what they are. But the basic ones I use is basically fade. Now let me just show you an example. So if I'm going to cut the video over here, I'm going to press S. That's going to cut the video over here, and I'm just actually going to go and zoom on this so I can show you guys a little bit better. And let me just go bring this down. Okay, so if I go choose and click on this fade, and I'm going to go ahead and drag it on this, and if I play it now, it's not going to do anything. That is because it's two different, it's the same layer again and again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reduce. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go ahead and reduce this. So okay, so okay, I'm going to reduce this, if that makes more sense. And okay, so great. So now if I play this video, let's see how it looks. As you can see here, there's a big cut. And that's pretty bad. Now I'm going to fade it. So I'm just going to click on this fade, and I'm going to put it in between these two layers, and I think that's going to help me fade it out. So as you can see here, you could see that nice fade over there, guys. Right? That's the beauty of this transition. Now you can edit it as well. Now you can go ahead and shrink this down. So that fade is going to be pretty fast. I don't know if you guys can see it, but let me just play this once again. So as you can see, there was a pretty good fade. And if I click on this layer, I can actually go ahead and change the properties of this. Okay, so this layer actually, let's click on the, okay. So as you can see here, there is so I can immediately change it from there itself. I don't need to have to come here and drop another one. So if I want to change it to fade, I'm going to choose fade through black. So that's going to do is that's going to change it to fade through black. As you can see, I mean, I don't think you can possibly see. Let me just increase this so maybe that you get a better idea. Yeah, saw that, guys? So you can immediately change it over here. That's the best part about the transitions. There are a bunch of transitions. You can go ahead and add like wipes, stylize. We have glow and radial blur and pixelate and all sorts of stuff. That's pretty good. Next, when you're using the mouse a lot and you want to specifically point to something, you can use something called as the cursor effects. Now I'm not quite sure as to how the cursor effect works, but I'll try to, if you guys are interested, I can go ahead and make another video. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to show you guys. If you guys want to know about things like cursors, you can just mention that in the comment section down below, or contact me on Twitter, or any guys, you guys can contact me. I'm always available. I'm going to respond to you guys pretty quick. So you can do that. And that's what cursor. Now we can go here to animations. Now, as you can see here, we have so for example, let me show you an instance. Now, as you can see here, we are over here where it's completely zoomed. And now I actually want to go ahead and you know, I want to size it. So if I go here and put it over here, you can see that it's going to zoom in here for me, and I can place it wherever I want. Now if I play it over here, you see it's going to give me that animation over here, and it looks pretty shitty at the moment right now. And so it's basically, for example, if I want it to be a little bit faster, I can go ahead and just move this, and that's going to go ahead and make it a little bit faster. So if I show you guys, that's a pretty fast movement. If I go ahead and increase it till the end of the video, it's going to be pretty slow. And if I want to change it back, so what I can do is, so now I'm zoomed it over here, and I want to move this. So I'm going to go ahead a little bit more further, and I'm going to go ahead and move this up to the top corner. And let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's looking great. So this is amazing when you kind of make advertisements. That's insane. That's an amazing effect that they have included this here. And you can actually go ahead and manually change it in the middle wherever you want. So if I go ahead in the middle of these two, I can change it. If I go and play it now. So as you can see, we had that lag. Let me play that again for you guys. Great, that was amazing. So that's all about animations. Now, the next thing is behaviors. Now this is the best part that they have included, and these are effects. Let me just actually go ahead and delete these animations because I don't want that. Now, as you can see here, these behaviors are basically text effects. So if you guys don't have an intro, so I'm going to move it. I'm just going to go this way, and I'm going to bring it right over here. Okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead and what's happening? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop this on this one. Oops, what's happening? Okay, so as you can see, it says behavior added, and what this behavior is going to do, it's going to treat the footage in such a behavior. So if I go ahead and play this, you see it's going to fade in and fade out, right? That's amazing. So it's going to fade in and fade out. Now I can go ahead and change it to whichever effects I want. If I go choose a glow, yeah, that's going to give me a glowing effect, and I can choose a lot of options: during, outside, inside, crazy amount of stuff. That's amazing, insane, guys. So if I go ahead and delete these behaviors, I want to go delete the behavior, and I want to choose something more different. Like let's try shifting. So if I go ahead and drop it, let's drop it here. What does it do? Okay, so if I play this over here, so you can see here it brings that from top to down. That's amazing. That's crazy. That's insane. That's a pretty important thing. So I'm not quite sure if I can add it over here, because if I'm not wrong, in the demo when I saw that, they actually did that, and I'm actually going to go ahead and figure out how they did that. But that's one thing that I'm going to keep in mind. So yeah, moving forward, let's see what else we have. So we have annotations. Now, for example, imagine you forget something to mention in that video, or you mention something wrong, or you want to give a link, or you want to point out something specific. You can just go ahead and drop out these callouts over here. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So this was basically the intro that we had. So if I go ahead and move these out, I'm just going to bring the text over here. And if I click on this button, as you can see, it gives me a lot of effects. Now I can go ahead and add the drop shadow. Now that's an amazing thing, guys. If you see, look at the text over here, I'm just going to increase the opacity and maybe make the size of this pretty big. And you can go ahead and change it to any font. And these fonts are based on the fonts that are installed on your system, and not only in Camtasia. So I have a lot of fonts over here. I'm just going to choose something, I don't know, I'm just going to go ahead and choose a random font. Let's try Nexalite. And that's going to immediately switch it to Nexalite. It's hanging a little bit, but yeah, we're there. I can go ahead and change the color of the text. I can go change it to underline. I can go change it to, you know, blank it out and strike it out. And I can even change the alignment. So that's pretty cool. And now if I go to behaviors and choose something, I'm going to drop this on that. And now if I play it, as you can see, look at that. Beautiful. The text is beautifully coming and beautifully moving. There's a lot of options over here. So there are two effects over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to delete that. You can go ahead and delete that. I'm just going to keep it now for the time being. So annotation, so you can go ahead and just drag out one and drop it, and you can move it, change the duration of it, size it out, and do a lot of stuff. We also have arrows, we have shapes, we have the blur and highlight. Now, let me just go ahead and show you something important. So for example, now as you can see, I have this over here, and I want to blur this out. So I'm just going to go ahead, and as you can see, I have something that says a spotlight. So I can focus on only one point. I also have something which is the blur highlight. So I can go ahead and, as you can see, it's going to blur out everything. So that's amazing. So if you guys want to blur out an image or a person's face, you guys can do that. It also has the option to add a transparent hotspot, and I'm not quite sure what this hotspot is, but maybe I can figure it out if you guys are interested. You can actually go ahead and even I'm not sure what this does. What's happening? Yeah, pixelate. Okay, so that's going to pixelate it out for me. And what is it? Okay, this is the highlighter. Okay, that's going to highlight it for me. So a lot of options over here. We also have the sketch motion. If I go ahead and drag the stop on one, if I play it, you can see it's going to sketch it out for me. And in case I want to point out something important or even a tick out something, so I can just go play that, and that's going to tick it, and that is fantastic. But unfortunately, you guys can go, you can't change the text of it, but you can add a drop shadow and a lot of effects. Crazy. Next one is we have the keystroke callouts, which I am not sure. Okay, yeah. So this is basically, you know, when you're typing something on the keyboard, like when you're making Photoshop tutorials or any animation tutorials or any tutorial, you can actually go ahead and put this out, and this is going to go ahead and show you what you actually type. So I can go ahead and I can go change this to maybe say Alt. Let's try Alt and plus. Sorry, let's try Alt 9. So you just need to press on Alt and 9, and that's going to give it. Now there are different styles. So there's a gray style, there's a clear style, there's an outline, a lot of options. So I like the gray the best because it's too flat and simple and minimalistic. A lot of options here as well. So moving forward, let's go to more and let's see what we have. We have voice narration. You can go ahead and choose to record the device from where you're recording, and you can also go ahead and paste in the script over here, which I haven't actually checked out how to do that, but maybe we can go ahead and try that out. So the next thing is the audio effects. So if we have, so as you can see here, we have a fade in effect. So let me just go ahead and drop it here, and that's going to fade it in. If I play this, yeah, so see, it slowly fades in. I can go ahead and have complete control over this and even move it left, right, and decide how I want to face it. Next one is we have, so let me just Control Z that and delete that. We can choose volume leveling. Now the volume leveling, I have no idea how this works, but it seems to be a proper effect. So let me just play that out. Yeah, so what I'm guessing is it goes ahead and sets a uniform level to the entire audio, which I think is what it's trying to do. And let's try noise removal. So just Control Z that. Let's try noise removal, and let's try sensitivity to a 220. So I think it basically removes any noise, and let's set this to 0, and let's increase this up further. Okay, that's pretty bad. So wow, it also generates the noise profile. What does that do? Okay, not quite sure what that is. And you could, the best part is now this, the clip speed. This is what important. You can go ahead and speed out the video or speed down the video. If I come over here, I can just click on this and choose the click speed effect, and I can choose the speed. So let's set this to 10x, and that's going to make it a pretty fast one. So if I just go play, yeah, that was pretty fast. You guys didn't even see it. I'm going to actually go ahead and set this to probably 0.1, and that's going to slow it out. So if I play it, you can see the video is slow, damn slow. Wow, it's slow, damn slow. That's the one of my best and amazing feature which I like in this. So when you guys are making speed arts, this is going to be pretty helpful. Next we have the visual effects. So visual effects is basically adding borders or a drop shadow. If I go ahead and drop shadow, I think you can't probably see a drop shadow because the entire canvas is taken up by the drop shadow. Maybe you can go colorize it, and you can go ahead and change the color, and you can even animate it, which is wonderful. And also we have the clip speed again, and the interactive hotspot. So let's try what this interactive hotspot does. I'm not quite sure as to what it is. So we can go ahead and delete this colorize, and we can go ahead and click on this interactive hotspot, and wow, look at that, guys. You actually can go ahead and add in a URL which is going to take you directly over there. That is insane, guys. That's amazing. I mean, I didn't know that Create was even possible. This is again my second favorite one. The next one is to remove a color. Now I can go drop the color over there. I'm going to go choose this color. Maybe I'm going to choose a complete, let's try a, yeah. So if I go ahead and choose this color, the white color, it's going to take out everything in the white, and it's going to play me only ones that's left over there. So that's a very good effect as well. Moving forward, let's see, we have audio effects, so which we took care of. We have interactivity, which I do not know what it is. Maybe we can find that out. And captions again. So you can go ahead and create a caption. Okay, so I think this is something we need to install, but I don't think this is necessary for a basic learner. So basically that's a lot about video editing, guys. Now once the video editing is done, you want to export it. Now one more thing you want to do before we exporting it, I want to explain this cropping tool. So if I click on this layer and I click on the cropping tool, I can go ahead and actually crop it out and set only the ones which I want. And that's, as you can see here, it's cropped out, and I can even move it. And if I choose the hand tool, I can go ahead and move the canvas around, because you know, maybe I want to scale something big. And yeah. So once everything is done, you want to go ahead and click on share. Now you can share it as a local file or directly upload it to your social media links like YouTube, Google Drive, even a custom production. I don't know what this is called. Oh, but I think this is the render. So where you render it out. So let's just click on local file over here, and that's going to come over here. Okay, so now as you can see over here, there's a trial version and the full version. Now the trial version has the watermark. You can produce it with the watermark, and if you want to buy the full version, you can buy it, and you can enter the key right over here of the what you purchased, and you can go ahead and export it out. And then that's it, guys. You guys can go ahead and export it. So basically that is pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I hope it was pretty useful and amazingly useful. If you guys have any questions or requests, feel free to mention that in the comment sections down below, and I'll go ahead and figure out how you know, if there are specific things that you want to learn, I'm going to figure that out for you. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So till then, take care and bye bye.